and I just look at my daughter full makeup, singing She's in Love with an Emo Girl on TikTok, and I didn't have no say nor approval. Hey, what do you think? Do you think this would be cool or not? You know what I mean? And I'm the one that made them cool. It's two things I said. Tell her security not finna be in between me and my kids. And also tell her don't have my daughter wearing lipstick on TikTok, or don't have her on TikTok at all if I'm not approve that. And I said it after it was done without me knowing. And then it happened again.
Is North West really being raised as a daughter or as a billion-dollar brand in the making? At just 12 years old, she's already sparking worldwide debates, rocking corsets, blue hair, and full glam looks that leave fans questioning if her childhood is being stolen for the spotlight. On one side, you've got Kanye West, furious and threatening legal action to protect his daughter's innocence. On the other, Kim Kardashian, proudly positioning herself as the ultimate cool mom who doesn't just allow fame, she markets it. And lurking in the background is Kris Jenner, the woman many believe has been pulling the strings all along. But behind the glitz, the court threats, and the viral TikToks, one question remains. Is this really about protecting North or controlling the empire she represents? It all started with a single set of photos. North West, just 12 years old, spotted in Rome looking like she was ready for a red carpet after party instead of a sightseeing trip with her family. Electric blue hair, a full face of makeup, corset-style top, miniskirt, and chunky boots that screamed nightlife more than childhood. The pictures went viral instantly, and the internet completely lost it. Fans flooded social media calling the look gross, disturbing, and way too grown up. Some accused Kim Kardashian of turning her daughter into nothing more than a designer accessory. Others said Kim was so desperate to be seen as the cool mom that she was forgetting the basics of parenting. And in true internet fashion, the outrage only grew louder when critics dug up Kim's past, throwing the Balenciaga scandal right back in her face, accusing her of selling North out for clout and branding. And then came Kanye, furious. He jumped into the storm with both feet, claiming he's had enough. According to insiders, Kanye warned Kim directly, stop pushing North like this or he'll bring in the lawyers. He's even accused Kris Jenner of being behind the scenes with a bigger plan, hinting that this isn't about fashion at all, but about molding North into the next Kardashian cash cow. Whether fans sided with Kanye or not, the message was clear. The co-parenting battle between Kim and Kanye had just exploded again, and this time their daughter was caught in the middle. But as heated as the outrage over Rome got, things were about to get even uglier, because Kanye wasn't done, and the next move he made would drag North into an even darker scandal. If those viral Rome photos weren't enough, Kanye found a way to make things even messier by pulling North directly into the music industry spotlight. Back in March, Kanye dropped a new track with a feature list that had fans doing double takes. The names, Puff Daddy, his son King Combs, and 12-year-old North West. Yes, Kanye proudly announced that his daughter was part of the lineup, right next to one of the most controversial figures in hip-hop history. The track even opened with a staged phone call between Kanye and Diddy, thanking him for taking care of his kids while he was locked up. Fans didn't just raise eyebrows, they were horrified. People blasted Kanye for linking his own child to a man whose past is filled with disturbing headlines. And it didn't stop there. When Kim found out, she stepped in immediately. And this wasn't just about being a concerned mom. Kim actually owns the trademarks for North's name, image, and likeness. Legally, Kanye had no right to throw his daughter onto a track without her approval. Kim fired back through text, reminding him that when she trademarked North's name, he agreed. At 18, those rights would pass to North herself. But until then, Kim was in charge. Kanye's response? Explosive. He accused Kim of trying to control him, warning her to amend the trademark deal or prepare for all-out war. At one point, He even threatened that neither of them would survive the fallout if this battle went public. What started as a simple song feature spiraled into one of the ugliest fights yet, exposing just how deep the control war over North's future had become. And here's where fans got even more divided. On one hand, people slammed Kim for treating her daughter like a business brand, complete with legal paperwork. On the other hand, Kanye was being dragged for putting North on a track with Diddy in the first place. The hypocrisy was loud, the drama was uglier than ever, and it raised a bigger question. Was this about protecting their daughter or protecting their money? But if you thought that was wild, wait until you hear what happened next, because both Kim and Kanye were about to get dragged for hypocrisy in ways that no one saw coming. As fans picked apart the chaos, one truth became impossible to ignore. Neither Kim nor Kanye looked innocent in this mess. Kim was being blasted for pushing her daughter into the spotlight too young, dressing her like a teenager twice her age, and locking down trademarks that made North feel more like a brand than a child. Critics said Kim cared more about image and business than about protecting her daughter's privacy. But Kanye wasn't escaping backlash either. People pointed out the irony of him calling out Kim for objectifying North when he's the same man who constantly parades Bianca in revealing outfits and openly uses women as props in his performances. And worse, fans reminded everyone that Kanye was the one who tried to tie North to Diddy, a move that looked reckless and dangerous no matter how you spin it. In the end, both parents came off as hypocrites, each claiming to fight for North's innocence while putting her in the center of scandals that no child should have to face. And just when fans thought the drama couldn't get more toxic, Kanye threw fuel on the fire by pointing his finger at someone else entirely. When Kanye wasn't tearing into Kim, his sights were set on someone he believes is pulling every string behind the scenes: Kris Jenner. He's accused her of masterminding North's entire rollout, grooming her to be the next Kim K before she even hits high school. And to many fans, that doesn't sound far-fetched because Kris has been here before. Ray J once claimed Kris literally reviewed Kim's infamous tapes like a producer, deciding which one would bring the biggest payday. He even alleged she pushed for extra footage to be filmed. Whether people believe Ray J or not, the story alone cemented Kris's reputation as the ultimate momager, willing to do whatever it takes for fame and money. And it didn't stop there. Kris also famously pushed both Kim and Kylie into Playboy shoots, even when Kim admitted she was uncomfortable at first. To critics, that's the proof. Kris has a long history of turning hesitation into headlines and discomfort into dollar signs. So when Kanye screams that Kris is already grooming North in Chicago to become the next billion-dollar Kardashians, fans don't completely dismiss it. To some, it feels like the same playbook, only this time it's the grandkids on the chessboard. And the more Kanye calls her out, the more people start to wonder, is this really just another one of his wild rants? Or is Kris quietly laying the foundation for the next generation of the empire? But as the spotlight shifts to Kris's alleged master plan, another layer of this battle emerges, one that isn't about family at all, but about trademarks, branding, and cold, hard money. Behind all the family drama, there's one factor that keeps coming up: money. Kim hasn't just trademarked her own empire, she's trademarked her kids' names too. North, Saint, Chicago, Psalm, every name legally locked down for future business. That means clothes, makeup, even entertainment deals can be built around them before they're old enough to understand what's happening. Critics argue this proves Kim isn't just raising kids, she's raising brands. And North's lifestyle shows it. Front row at Paris Fashion Week, viral TikTok dances, designer bags worth more than some people's cars. To some, it looks less like childhood and more like a carefully staged career rollout. Kanye, of course, sees this as proof that his kids are being turned into products, but fans are quick to point out his contradictions too. After all, he's cashed in on family branding himself, from Yeezy appearances to using North in his own music. So while Kim and Kanye trade accusations, the truth is hard to ignore. Their daughter isn't just in the middle of a family feud. She's at the center of $1 billion branding war. And as if that wasn't enough, their private battles don't stay private for long, because every fight, every meltdown, and every Instagram rant becomes a headline. What makes this feud even uglier is how public it always is. Most families fight behind closed doors, but for Kim and Kanye, every disagreement turns into global headlines. Kanye rants on Instagram, Kim counters with carefully crafted reality show moments, and Kris stays in the background, pulling strings with her signature momager playbook. Fans can't help noticing the cracks forming in the Kardashian empire. Kanye has openly mocked Kris, calling her Kris Jong-un, comparing her to a dictator. Kim plays the role of the cool mom, while Kanye paints himself as the lone protector. Both sides are battling for control of North's image, and every move becomes part of the spectacle. The sad part? North herself is stuck in the crossfire, a child whose every outfit, every TikTok, and every headline is dissected by millions. And with each fight going public, the line between family drama and business strategy gets harder to tell. But beyond the rants and lawsuits, the real question is bigger. Is North growing up as a daughter, or as the centerpiece of an empire at war with itself? At the heart of it all is a question no headline can ignore. Is North West actually living a childhood, or is she being launched into a career she never chose? Every fashion show appearance, every TikTok performance, every viral outfit seems less like playtime and more like a rollout for the next Kardashian brand. To critics, Kim and Kris are strategists, positioning North as the heir to $1 billion empire. To Kanye, it's proof his daughter is being molded into a product. But fans are quick to point out that he isn't blameless either. His own actions, from the Diddy collab to parading women as props, show he's just as willing to use image for gain. And that's the tragedy here. North isn't just being raised by parents with different visions. She's being raised in a tug-of-war where love, business, and control are impossible to separate. What should be childhood memories are turning into brand moments, and the world is left debating whether anyone is really protecting her at all. But as divided as people are, one thing's certain: this battle isn't just about a little girl anymore. It's about the empire her family built, and the future it's desperate to protect. At just 12 years old, North West has become the center of one of the most controversial parenting battles in Hollywood. Kim insists she's setting her daughter up for success. Kanye claims he's fighting to protect her innocence. And Kris is accused of quietly shaping the next generation of Kardashian stars. But to millions watching, it doesn't look like parenting anymore. It looks like business. The truth is messy. Kim and Kanye both play the role of protector while exploiting the spotlight at the same time. And as the arguments spill out online, the person most affected is the one with the least control, North herself. She never asked to be a brand, yet her name, her image, and even her childhood are treated like assets in $1 billion empire. So the question remains, is Kanye exposing something real, or is he just spiraling again? Is Kim protecting her daughter, or just protecting her brand? And in the end, will North ever get to live a childhood of her own, or has that choice already been made for her?